Hi, Pamela Ann with Easy Messages, messages to help you be able to command your will with such precision you can even put a date on it. I just shared with you about some of the feelings that I was experiencing on the previous video about feeling the morning coming into me of my mom soon passing. And this is the second portion of that. When I got to where my mother was, I could assess that she was she was obviously going downhill very rapidly. And I also understood when I saw her too, that I was supposed to be there to help her in her transition. When you're dying, it's kind of like birthing a baby, almost like birthing your spirit to be able to leave your body. And any woman who's been birthing a child knows that there's a time of transition, a time where the pain can sometimes be absolutely excruciating. And then comes the birth and everything starts to shift and change. And I saw this coming over my sweet little brave bird of a mother. I think she's a tough little girl, and not a meaning in framework, but she is a mighty being. And I knew that she really needed someone who absolutely loved and adored her so that she could relax and be able to read what she was experiencing to assist her. And on Monday, I had come up on Sunday, and on Monday, that's when all of that happened. It was interesting, my niece was with me, this darling girl, a beautiful, beautiful girl was also with me when these things started happening. And I had been taught about being able to draw out situations from bodies and be able to put in power into bodies to help them with healing. And so with your left hand, and this is measurable by science, so it's not like something I'm coming up with some airy-fairy thing. With your left hand, you can draw out. And with my left hand, I took her hand as she was trembling in pain and agony. And you could see her whole body just calm down as I drew out her pain with my left hand. With my right hand, because I knew her son, this was on Monday, I knew her son really desired and been trying to see her for a very long time, but was unable because of health reasons, was coming the following day, and that she and he both truly desired to be able to see one another. So with my right hand, I touched her, and it causes this circle of energy to start forming and revving up. I'll think of the exact name of it in a moment. But anyway, I touched my right hand with her, and it started infusing this energy. And my body, because I had prepared prior to this happening, was just surging with energy. I felt like She-Ra. I mean, I could feel this power coming through my body from the divine to help to lift her and recharge her body, because she was supposed to leave on Monday. She was starting to have issues with breathing. She was stopping her breathing. Her heartbeat was not beating equally the way it was supposed to. It was thin and thready. She was really just slipping away. But when I charged her body, she started coming back again, and all of that shifted. She no longer had been eating, she no longer was voiding, or having bowel movements. Everything was just shutting down in her body. Her skin was just starting to waste away. So, all the indications were that she was leaving on Monday, but that shifted. And my darling niece could see that. I said, watch this, see how this is happening. And she was strengthened so that she could be able to sustain her life for longer. I think I may have charged her a tad more than what I initially thought, but I'm not the one micromanaging this, and this was what she was desiring. And there were other family members that had been praying that they could come, like another niece that was out of town that went back to her home. She was in Hawaii, came back to her home, and been pleading that she could be able to see her grandma before she passed away. And she actually hung on from Monday and passed away on, what was it? Let me see, Saturday morning? Or Friday or Saturday morning, one or the other. It just seems like so many things have been happening. That to me is pretty astounding, that woman in her 90s was so determined to be able to see these different people and give everybody the opportunity to have their last words of love for her, or have their last opportunities to get things straight, that maybe they had some angst with her. You know, all of these things are super important, and these are some of the reasons why people hang on. Anyway, after that happened, I was told, okay, it's time to go home, and that was Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning. And it was time for me to get some rest and some sleep and eat and take a shower, because my body just reeked from what I was trying to pull out of her. I'm like, whoo, hey, that was a lot of stuff. And Wednesday morning, when I was waking up, my mother came to me in spirit and said to me, don't cry another tear for me. I'm at peace, I'm not suffering, and you go on and live your happy life. Oh. And I have done exactly what she said for me to do. I went home and I planted gardens. She loved my fresh flowers that I'd bring to her. They were such a form of comfort and joy and a tickle to her. I would share her, I'd grow her pumpkins and write her name in them, and we would go picking, and we had drive her up in the mountains, and we would look at the wildflowers and see the deer and the antelope and call in the wild turkey, and we had so much fun together prior to her leaving. And it wasn't that our home was all that happy of a home. In fact, for many, many years, we had profound strife and difficulties. But my mother was the perfect mother for me. The perfect mother for me. She did not coddle me. She did not try to build up my self-esteem. She never did any homework with me. She was unconcerned about my schooling, basically. And in spite of it all, I got excellent grades. I turned out to be a straight A student and graduated with honors. She made me beautiful clothes as a little child, and did not do that as I got older. In fact, I got a lot of hand-me-downs, but I really loved my older sister. I thought she was so beautiful, and I loved everything that she had, so I didn't mind wearing those hand-me-downs. However, we were like different statures and stuff, and so because my mother did not coddle me, I learned how to design beautiful clothes. I could see in dreams, and I could see just in visions that I would have, how to be able to do these things, and I made these amazing, beautiful clothes. All of my prom dresses, everything, even my wedding gown, I designed and I made. And Syl Peterson, who is the grande dame of design and fine fashions and gowns in Tucson, who is known worldwide, that people came all over, heard about my designs, and interviewed me to be a buyer for her when I was still in high school. So, I mean, I'm thinking about these things, and the other thing is my mom she just didn't coddle me. In fact, she didn't even think I had any need. For some reason, she could feel this confidence and well-being about me that I connected to from having my Savior as my master teacher and from guiding me in my life. And she never thought I had a need, even though I came to her as a 5-year-old. It was just, I used to curl her hair when I was 6 years old before I went to school, and I ended up learning how to do like beautiful work with hair because my mom let me just be me. And it definitely did not cripple me. Those things did not cripple me. I developed a strength and talents within myself. I did not look for people outside of me to fix me, change me, shore me up, and to give me confidence. I accessed it from within. And later I became a patented inventor, a published author, published designer, home designer, and landscape designer, including the most well-known landscape designer in the United States, John Tropko, would come and check out what I was designing in my backyard, and even had published in Tucson Home and Garden. So in my homes, my designs and homes in resorts and other places brought me a lot of joy in designing furniture and things like that. And a lot of this was simply because I was not coddled. So parents are not to be perfect parents. They are not to take every stone out of their children's way. Their responsibility is to love them and teach them correct principles and let them live their life. And let them stumble, let them fall, let them fail. It's really okay. If this is valuable to you, share it with others. It might be just what they're looking for. And subscribe below if you find it valuable for yourself as well. Take care. And I have another part to this as well. Bye.